Hey there, it's YoBo. I want to welcome you to day 283 of Life According to YoBo. Tell me how we living. No mess, no stress, no BS. Welcome back. Oh, get my books at YoBoProductions.com. You can watch YoBo, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Continuing in our series, I know how to act like a lady, but how do I think like a man? We're in chapter 2 of our book, Stop These Clark Sisters. They just love to sing. Continuing, chapter 2. I'm not going to review yesterday. You go on back, find day 282. Catch up with us. At the appropriate time, ladies. There's going to always be a right time when you can ask questions. But see, you ought not even want to ask questions, because when you're dating someone, okay, let me tell you where we go wrong, ladies. Somebody says, girl, I think I want to introduce you to my cousin's best friend. He's not dating anyone. He's a nice young man, and I think you all would make a good couple. Okay, you go on a first date with him. You already tried. This women, this is what we do. We already trying to figure out how we going to get to the altar. Put on your brakes. You don't know, dude. You don't know nothing about him. You never go on a date or go into a quote-unquote relationship with marriage as your goal. I know that goes against what everybody else has taught you, but let me tell you why YoBo says that. Your goal is to get to know this person and see, can we be compatible? We so worried about being sexually compatible, but how about being compatible when it comes to paying the bills? How about being compatible when it comes to doing housework? How about being compatible when it comes to getting up, going to work every day? Those are the things that we have to focus on. How about being compatible when it comes to speaking to one another and being polite to one another and picking up the slack when you realize one has had a bad day or one is just tired. You say, well, don't even worry about it. I got this. Those are the areas that we want to be compatible in. But see, we so worried about trying to get married. We so desperate. I just got to get married. Why you got to get married? To get divorced? Because think about it. The divorce rate in this country and in your church is almost at 75%. 3 out of 4 marriages ended in divorce. What did they do wrong? I'm telling you what they did wrong. They didn't sit their butts down and listen to Life According to YoBo. That's what they didn't do. And they didn't ask the right questions at the appropriate time. When the right time comes where you can ask questions, make sure you're getting the right answers. See, you got to know what the right answers are too. See, because remember, we so busy trying to plan a wedding. Oh, you'll be surprised at things you miss when you are in love. Your homegirl sees them. Your cousin sees them. They try to tell you. You say they hating on you. You can't see it, but love is blind. It's more than a cliche. It's the honest to God gospel. Hello, somebody help me. Jesus, truth. Love is blind. You can't see a lot of this stuff going in. So when the time is right, ask questions. If you don't get a clear, concise answer, something is wrong. That is the right answer for getting to know this person. See, I'm telling you what Mom Jeffer says. Mom Jeffer said there is something worse than never getting a husband, and that's getting the wrong one. 3 out of 4 women have gotten the wrong husband after they spent $25,000, $35,000, $45,000 on a wedding, walked into church in this long white dress, standing up there, getting the Holy Ghost, hucking and bucking and shucking in a wedding dress. Oh, holler do. And there they are, cutting up in the wedding dress. And I said, so I just shaking my head. I'm like, Lord, look at this nonsense going on right here. Now, if you could do the huckabuck 10 years later, You doing something, but on the wedding day, girl, that's all fun and games. The right answer, YoBo says, don't be silly and sweep this stuff under the rug. When something is telling you, dude didn't give you the right answer. Don't you remember what YoBo was telling you? Think about what YoBo was saying. YoBo said, woo, that's a red flag. Something gonna tell you. You got to make sure you listen. Now, ladies, you need to know the answer to some questions. How many children do you have? Now, that might be one thing you can ask. See, because you know what? Going out the first 6 months, just going out and have fun. But now, if he looking like he want to get serious or something like that, don't get serious with nobody before you find out how many children he has, especially minor children. Because these little rugrats going to be in your house until they get 18, and some of them after they get 18. Because you know kids don't leave home now. When their mama put them out because the child support stopped, they going to come knocking on your front door. You need to know these things. For YoBo, I just don't understand how people will go into a marriage and don't ask these important questions. Did I ask these questions? No. Why didn't I ask these questions? Because nobody never told me to ask these questions. The only question I was told to ask a potential suitor is, are you saved? I told y'all, when I told my pastor I was getting married, my pastor asked me, is he saved? Nothing about, does he have a job? Does he have some money? How can he support a family? Has he ever been arrested? How many times has he been married? Did you talk to his ex-wife to find out why the marriage ended? These are all the things we need to know, but no. I was told, I've been married 40 years, coming up September 2016. Are you saved? That's it. That's it. I saw 2 different women on television who had gone into marriage. While I was writing this book, 2 different women on 2 different shows went into a relationship without asking the proper question. Let me hurry up and tell you about this first one. This first one, she ended up in divorce court because she didn't know the man had 8 kids. How in the devil do you marry a man and don't know this joker has 8 children? What? Ooh, I wish I could cuss. Ooh, but I can't because my little grandkids watch these videos. How in the devil do you marry a man and don't know he has 8 children? What were you doing all that time? Were you so busy tasting food and working on your guest list and your seating arrangement and sampling reception food and picking out cloth for your bridesmaids' dresses? What in the world were you doing, fool? You're not even silly. You a fool now. What kind of fool are you that you did not know the man? 8 children. Now I can see if he hide one from me, but 8 children. And you ain't knew nothing about it. Let me get back to my notes. What did y'all talk about on the day? Oh, I know what y'all didn't talk about. Obviously, he neglected to volunteer this information, which means you didn't meet none of his family members. Because if he had a sister or cousin, they would have been saying, girl, you sure you want to marry him? Girl, you know he got 8 kids. Somebody would have let it slip that this man had 8 children. Nowhere leading to the altar did he think to disclose the fact that he had 8 children. But I bet you one thing, as I start my music, bet you $5 he knew everything about her. Because she ran her mouth from the first day. So busy running your doggone mouth, you ain't took time to notice that he ain't told you nothing. Especially the fact that he got 8 children. Life according to YoBo. No mess, no stress, no BS. I know how to act like a lady, YoBo. But you're doing a good job helping me to think like a man. I know I am, baby. Lessons learned the hard way. Come back tomorrow for day 284. Bye-bye.